What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and right now we're going to be looking into building a Raiders theme team. Now, there are a lot of things that are going on with this process. A lot of these things, like that power-up right there, 94,000. I think the last time I sold his power-up, he was right around that. So that's kind of cool that his price is still there around that amount, because he was one of the most highly sought-over power-ups, sought-after power-ups when he was first released. So that's a key thing to do in this theme team, right? Because you're going to want to get that +2. I think he gets, what does he get, +2 or something like that with the Raiders chem. You know, Dave Casper gets something as well. A lot of these cards are very, very hard to get right now. So, you know, whether you have a Raiders team, whether or not you have a Raiders team right now or not, it may be hard for you to, to replicate this because there aren't a lot of these cards readily available. All right, now, is there a chance that they come on the market all of a sudden and you know, whatever? Yeah, it's possible. But I'm just letting you guys understand that I could, yo, bro, it was crazy. Like, I didn't see a Darren Waller power-up for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, what's going on right now? But I guess somebody wanted 100K right quick. They just threw it up, and it worked out for us, so we could go ahead and do this. So many of you guys were asking for a 25, Raiders team at least. It's funny that I never did it all throughout the year, though. Even when I had, like, Marcus Allen and a lot of these other running backs, I could have had him boosted way, way back then. But I just wasn't on it like that. And again, for us, it's the easiest route possible, dude. And pretty much, the 49ers is so easy, bro. Like, EA Sports was pretty much putting out a 49er card every single day for like 6 weeks, bro. Like, what's up? Like, that's just the way it felt. And a lot of you dudes that have, Raiders chem, you pretty much got it off of 49er players that played for the 49ers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got Bauman, you got Ronnie Lott, you got, it's a lot of, it's just weird, but they show a lot of love to the 49er players, at EA Sports. I don't know if that's just the way the designation is, because those are the players that are readily available where they can put them in the game, but it just seems like, yo, wow, it's just so many of these players. So what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to save a little bit of coin, by looking to see, they wanted 101 for his 97. So we're going to buy up a little bit of stuff and see what we could do about that. Now, remember, these theme builders, they have an offensive guy and they have a defensive guy. So, depending on which one's cheaper, I always like to go after the sets, but more than likely, Darren Waller is the guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's the guy that people are going to spend the coins for. I don't think people are going to be going crazy about Tahir, but we're going to get him because he also gets, ×2 with the Raiders chemistry. That's all that this is about. It doesn't matter about anything else. That dude will never see my field unless he's on special teams. Like, he will not be playing in a regular down. But Tahir is going to be good for giving us the +2 of the Raiders chem. We'll go through the rest of them. John Henderson and these guys, they have multiple chemistries. Obviously, Night Train Lane, Ronnie Lott, Namdi. These guys, automatically, they're going to have the higher Raiders chem, Taylor Mays, things like that. So, we're going to go ahead and go over all of these things. Another interesting thing is, like Dave Casper. Dave Casper is a huge pickup. Like, that dude right there is an unbelievably huge pickup, but his cards are very, very rare for some reason. Now, there was a time where I was quick selling his power-ups. Now you can't find a power-up for Dave Casper, or it's like very expensive or something weird. It's like I said, with the Raiders theme team, Randy Moss is not really useful if you throw, Moss type throws. Like, if you're trying to Moss dudes, Randy Moss's build is not big enough to shield the players off, so you will have a lot more trouble mossing dudes with Randy Moss than any other card. Now, route running and stuff like that, like just running a deep post out of bunch and just going for 6, if that's your offense where you roll outside the pocket and wait for the post to get open, it's going to work for you. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the beautiful thing about it, no matter how much, we rage about it, near close flex and all the weird stuff, yo, this guy throws streaks, everybody has a unique way in which they play the game, right? So no matter what you argue about, there's always a way to counter something, and there's a way that you can play to frustrate your opponent as well. That's the beauty about Madden. You know what I'm saying? And as we come down to the end of the year, I just want you guys to be very, very certain, bro. When this new year starts up, right? When we start to, go over some of the stuff that's going on in Madden 21, we're going to go ahead and approach it a little bit differently. Like I said, I always go with the best case scenario. So when I had Troy Aikman in the beginning of the year and I was winning all those games, At that time, he was the best QB for me in my system. I could have probably won a lot more games if I would have had a mobile quarterback. You see what I'm saying, bro? Like, if you think about it, I probably could have won a lot more games running Escape Artist when it first came out because it was broke. And dudes was running around like Michael Vick, you know, in 2004. Those are things that I can't get back, but we're going to be on top of that going 21. And for those of you guys that have been regular viewers, you know, you're subscribed to me and I can see the icon where it shows that you want me to know that you're subscribed. Your members, so you have my globe next to your name. You know, those are the guys that I'm going to really take a look at some of the feedback and try to see what you guys are saying, because a lot of the stuff that you guys were suggesting, you know, most of it was kind of crazy and didn't make sense, but some of the stuff that you guys are recommending, actually, now that I look at it, it probably could have won me a little bit more games. It could have made it a little bit more difficult to deal with me offensively, because if you have a pocket passer, that's the danger of it, right? If you have a pocket passer, they can come out and just play basic coverage. A lot of the people that you play in Madden, you know, they love to play coverage because at some point the D ends are gonna cheat and get home. So once they get your quarterback, that's pretty much it. So you got to be ready for that type of stuff. And that's something that I really want to emphasize going forward. So as we go through the process, I'm going to make sure that I'm pointing out a lot more, because I already do that now. I already point out, you know, what's happening with this, what's happening with that. But, you know, as far as like changing up our strategy, like say for instance, right, coming into Madden 21, because like I already told you guys, Darren Waller is going to be one of the faster guys. This year he had major upgrades. They gave him all kinds of cards, whatever. But now he's, you know, I've seen some of the stuff that he's written. I've watched the interview with him. He's feeling very confident, right? So it is a possibility that he might get better. Does that mean that we go right after Darren Waller at the launch of 21? It might mean that. It might mean that this guy is ready to moss a dude uncontrollably at launch. All of these things may be possibilities. And I need you guys to understand that the whole premise of winning games in Madden is just understanding what works. That's it. There's nothing else to it. Now, me not running the meta early and still winning, that's just different because it's Madden. I knew Troy Aikman can throw the ball deep. I knew that he was very, very good accurately. I knew he could throw the ball inside. I knew a lot of that stuff. So because of that, I was able to go ahead and win based on my system. The reason that I say I probably could have won more games, okay, right here. I just want to go ahead and before I tell you about the game, you know, I should have won more games or whatever with not having a mobile quarterback. That 86 overall card is not available readily. That theme built, that theme diamond or whatever it is. So I had to figure out where my power-up pass was. It was very, very easy though, because I remembered George Kittle earlier. I didn't want to go through his theme, the theme missions or challenges or whatever. So I used my power-up pass early in that situation. That's how we're going to go ahead and power up Dave Casper. Just so you guys know, because I could not find that theme diamond. And the cards that go into his theme diamond set were not available. So it was very, very difficult for me to figure that out. So I just want you guys to understand that. You'll see me go through and I'll find the power pass. And that's like the only power pass that I remember where it was. So it was hilarious. I'm like, yo, it has to be him because there's nobody else that I would have done it, you know, put that power pass on particularly. Now, going back to what I was talking about before, as far as like when the game starts off in the meta and me staying with Troy Aikman and not having any mobility and still winning games, right? Because they're gearing the game up to kind of make you want to pass, one thing that I noticed from the beta, man beaters, like, you know, up, you know, post routes, up and outs, in and up, whatever they want to call it, in routes, out routes, they were much more successful in the beta against man coverage. So if dudes come out running man coverage, I feel that Madden 21 is probably going to make it a little bit easier and more realistic to get off of that man coverage. So if we're going to be running around with the mobile quarterback, that might help us to get those players open, similar to what goes on now. Because I don't see how they're going to completely stop the corner routes unless they make these players really, like in Cloud Flats, if they float back based on what they say we're going to be able to do with customizing the zones, maybe that works. But there's going to be another OP zone. Another OP route, where a zone just doesn't pay attention to it. It's been going on for the last 4 years. So it's going to be about who finds that route first. But again, experimenting with the same exact plays in 21, I found that most of these routes that you can run, if the player has decent route running, they're beating man coverage. Right now, it's very, very difficult because people can just man your dude up and he'll run around with you anywhere you go, to the bathroom, to the concession stand. He'll run around with you everywhere. That's just the way the game plays right now. Does that mean that that's the way it's going to be overall? No. You know what I'm saying? You know, in 21, does that, you know, is it going to be like that? I don't think that they're going to tune it to make it so that it's harder to get open and throw the ball. Because we're coming off a year where everybody that won major money, they ran the ball. So I think that that's going to stay the same. And I think that we're just going to have to focus on, you know, the read option. We're going to have to look at that because Lamar Jackson is the QB, guys. I know they said stuff like, yeah, your QB is going to get tired. And if you run gimmick plays like Wildcat, you know, people will get tired faster. Trust me, guys, as the year goes on, there's going to be ways around that. There's going to be ways to go ahead and figure out, you know, what needs to be done. And we're going to still be able to do certain things. I myself don't run Wildcat. Does that mean that if Wildcat is OP, I won't run it? It all depends. Because, like, if I can just get maximum yards or something that's in the playbook that I know I can go to for easy first down, yeah, we'll run that. But we got to find a set system to where we know that no matter what happens, we can always get open. That's it, bro. That's all. And again, when we go back to the streak that I throw all the time right now, that's why I started doing that. Because everybody I was playing was coming out in stock cover 3 and just putting the controller down and going to go play around in their G-string. That's what was going on. And I'm like, yo, hold on. Why is this happening like that? I got to stop this. And then voila, a lot of you guys are now winning 18 plus games in Weekend League off the streak and the stretch, the offense that, you know, I created back in February. So, like, that's all I care about, guys. We're going to find systems that go ahead and work for us, and then you guys build off of it and do what you got to do. That's pretty much it. This is going to be the final piece to get to 25. Justin Ellis. Now, of course, we could have used a lot of different players. You know, obviously the running backs and all that kind of stuff. Marcus Allen, all that stuff. I think I got several of his power-ups, but I didn't want to go too crazy about it and then start replacing Walter Payton and all that stuff. So I just left it the way that it is as far as that goes, and I'm just going to replace the D-tackle, put this guy in the game, and get that 25 of 25, and boost Darren Waller. Now, boosting Darren Waller is huge because 97 speed at 6'6", I don't think I've had a player like that all year, even though we could have gotten it earlier and tried it. I'm just going to show you guys a couple of the, you know, the guys that stand out with these numbers. You know, Namdi, Ronnie Lott, these guys. I can take Brawler off of Ronnie Lott and give him 99 XL. Right now he has 98. But again, 97 speed is definitely going to be something that's going to be special for us. You know, we'll take advantage of that and see exactly what we need to do. I know you guys are going to want that gameplay, so I'm going to get on that as soon as possible because I don't want you guys raging at me. So that'll be, you know, that'll get done. Let me know if there was somebody I missed that I should have on my Raiders theme team. Are you excited about this? I'm not going to go 50 or 50 to get 98 speed. I'm not on it like that. Let me know what else you guys want to see. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You enjoy your day. Stay safe and blessed. One love, y'all.